Remember the Metaverse? It feels like ages ago, right? It was everywhere, the next big thing, and then, poof, it just kind of vanished. Everyone said it was dead. But what if it wasn't? What if it's been quietly making a comeback this whole time?
I mean, seriously, a couple of years ago, you couldn't escape it. And then, just silence. Most of us probably just wrote it off and moved on. But is that really the whole picture? Or is there something happening, kind of just under the radar, that we've all been missing?
Well, it all starts with a number that just doesn't add up if the whole thing is dead, plus 27%. That's the increase in the number of Metaverse NFT sales in just 1 month. Now, when I saw that, I thought, okay, what is really going on here?
To figure that out, we have to rewind a bit and remember why everyone thought it was dead in the first place. So let's go back to 2021 and 2022. That was the absolute peak of the hype, right? It was all wild speculation, incredible excitement, huge promises about a new digital reality. But almost as fast as it showed up, the public interest just seemed to fizzle out, leading pretty much everyone to call it a flop.
But here's the thing. Feelings and headlines aren't facts. So let's push all that talk aside for a second and just look at what the actual data is telling us right now. Okay, so check this out. We hit a low in June. Then, bam, look at July. The market pretty much doubled. And yeah, August dipped a little bit, but it basically held that new, much higher ground. The key thing here isn't the exact dollar amount, it's the stability. The activity jumped up and then it stayed up. But even this doesn't quite tell the full story.
And this is where it gets really interesting. That 27% jump, it wasn't about big money. The total dollar value was pretty flat. It was about the number of people getting involved. We're talking about almost 14,000 separate sales. You know, this isn't one whale making a big splash. This suggests more individual users are actually coming back and participating. And hey, it's not just me who's noticing this. Analysts like Sarah Gergelis from DappRadar are looking at the same data. Her take? The metaverse isn't dead, and people are trickling back. I love that word, trickling. It's not some massive flood, not yet, but it's this steady, quiet return.
But okay, let's pump the brakes just a little. Gotta keep it real, this isn't some new all-time high. The peak for sales this year was actually back in January. So what we're seeing here is a strong, healthy recovery, not a record-breaking explosion. Not yet, anyway.
So, if this comeback isn't being fueled by hype, what is? Well, it seems like the whole philosophy has changed. The focus has shifted away from just making flashy promises and towards something way more important, actually building.
It's really like a tale of two different eras. A few years ago, it was all speculation and hype, but now, the big platforms are kind of quiet. They've got their heads down, and they're focused on the hard stuff, building the core infrastructure, solving digital identity, giving creators better tools. It's a lot less sizzle and a whole lot more substance.
And you can see the shift everywhere. We're not just hearing talk, we're seeing major moves. You've got giants like the Sandbox and Decentraland making huge technical upgrades. Other side is rolling out AI tools to make building worlds easier. Metaverse and Hytopia are building out their economic engines. The point is, these aren't just a bunch of press releases. This is real, foundational work happening right out in the open.
All this building, all this work, it obviously leads to the big question. Where is all of this actually heading?
And it's not just the crypto-native companies that are still building. You have legacy brands like Napster planning a comeback with a music-focused metaverse. And then, in a twist nobody really saw coming, you even have Donald Trump's media company filing trademarks for its own virtual worlds. When you see new players from music to politics still trying to get in the game, it shows you they believe there's a real future here.
So this leaves us with a fascinating thought, doesn't it? While most of the world wrote off the metaverse as a failed experiment, the true believers were quietly building its foundation. Is it possible that this quiet period isn't the end of the story, but actually the calm before the storm? That all this foundational work is just setting the stage for a comeback that's much bigger and much more real than the first time around? Now that's something to think about.